All right, we're going to do a video analysis here on Ryan. He's about a week into the program. I'm going to compare him to Tim Collins, who's a former big leaguer at 5'6", who threw in the upper 90s from the left side. So I think this would be a great comparison just for some of the things I'm seeing and what we're working towards. So let's take Ryan into his leg lift. And throw, okay. And now let's take a look at Tim. Video's a little grainy, but we'll do the best we can. So that's what we're working towards. All right, so let's compare. So leg lift right here. We get Ryan into his peak. We get Tim into his peak. Now, this is all style right here. I'm not saying that you need to look exactly how Tim is. I mean, he gets that super high leg kick. Again, that's all preference. It's all about your hip shift, right? So what I mean by that is if you take a look down here at Tim, right? His back leg is bent. That means it's nice and loaded. He's also kind of leading with that hip. Ryan, you kind of look like you're just standing there, right? Your back leg just looks kind of straight. Obviously, he's on a mound. It doesn't look like you're on a mound, but even so, right? Your hip is also straight down as well, right? So we're not seeing any back leg loaded here. We're not seeing any hip going downhill like we're seeing here with Tim. So that's how we start, right? Because now, as you'll see, we go ahead a few frames for both of you, right? What you'll see here is Tim's back leg is super loaded, right? And he's really leading with that hip, and his front leg is closed with his eyes on target, right? So what that means is his hips are in a good position to load right now and then later explode. And Ryan, what we see up here is from here, it kind of looks like you're just stepping forward with that front leg and not really getting as much drive, right? So it looks like you're going from leg lift here to kind of just reaching forward with your front foot, which is going to cause you to leak some energy, as you'll see. So as Tim comes down, right, now he's in a position here. Again, I know it's grainy, but we see that back leg super loaded. Hips are closed, right? Front foot is closed as best we could see. Ryan, when you get out in a similar position, right, we're not seeing nearly as much dynamic ability here, right? Look at that front, look at that back leg compared to Tim's back leg. I'm not saying squat all the way down, but you need to be loaded a little bit more. When you reach with your front foot forward, like you are right here, you're going to be losing some tension back here. Okay, so you want this back leg, like we do in the med ball drills, to be the thing propelling you forward, not stepping forward with your front leg, right? So just take a look at the two different pictures, and you could see how much stronger Tim looks in that position compared to what you look like in that position up top. So now as we come out here, right, we get you into front foot strike, about right there. Right, we have the arm path is way inside 90, which means you're going to lead with the elbow, which is what we don't want to do. So you got to capitalize on those arm path drills and get closer to 90 degrees out here. Right, the hips are semi-opening and so are the shoulders, kind of at the same rate. What I mean by that is if you look below at Tim, again, I know it's super grainy, but let's just take it frame by frame. When he gets into front foot strike here, you can see that he's closer to that 90-degree angle that we like, that we aim for, right? Compared to you being super inside 90, which is going to put extra stress on your elbow and it's going to cause you to leak some velocity. All right. He anchors his front side a lot better, right? That's going to help him rotationally. Your front side, I know we spoke about in the last video, it's a work in progress. That shouldn't be too much of a lift to fix. If you take a look here, you'll see his hips, you see his belt going forward, and you see his shoulder is still back, right? So that's going to cause tension right here in the midsection, which is what we want to help us spring forward, right? Whereas you up top, again, you look kind of straight up right here, right? So you're not going to be getting any midsection torque, especially compared to Tim down there. So now as we take you forward, upon release, what you'll see here, and I know it is a little grainy as well because you're moving so fast, you're seeing exactly what I was talking about. You're leading with the elbow right here. So as you add velocity, if you aren't cleaning up your arm path, you're going to be putting a lot of negative stress on your elbow, which is what we want to avoid. So please take those drills very seriously. If you take a look at Tim down below, again, you really can't even see his arm. But going from here to here, you could see his torso, right? Look at the difference in torso from, let's see, front foot strike. Let's look at your torso compared to Tim's torso, right? So we're looking at way much more movement for Tim, all right? Just look at that. He lands, he gets over that front side here compared to you who are standing up. You're standing up a lot more straight, right? And then as we get to finish, you see his front leg is locked out. He's launching forward, getting good extension here. Your front leg is still bent, kind of bracing. And let's see. You come forward. Decent extension considering the front leg issue. So I will give you that. But again, you're not in optimal position. And the reason why you're not in this position, because it's all cause and effect, is because you didn't drive off the back leg hard enough to be able to have enough force going forward that you are able to stabilize like Tim is down below, right? So now, let's take it back. Let's just watch both of them at the same time. So you got leg lift, lead with the hip down. You see Tim really leading, getting deep in that leg, leading down. Ryan, you're kind of just like sliding forward with that front leg. Arm path, we get up to a position here. Look at the difference of arm path, right? Way inside 90 versus closer to 90, which is what we're striving for. You look at the extension here, the pitch extension down below compared to up top. Huge difference, right? Now, this isn't to discourage you. This is to show you the potential that you have if and when we're able to iron all this stuff out. So what I want you to do is continue to work on your mobility. I want you to be conscious of using your back hip when you're doing the med ball drills. I want you to continue to get stronger, especially in the lower body, so that way you can produce force and be able to stabilize it better. And then I also want you to be very deliberate with your arm path drills, especially in a mirror, because that's going to help you really see the positions that you should be in. Let me know what you think.